लौट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार। जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी। सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार आपका बेबी। भी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
Bubble boom, खुशी का boom. Bubble ooh.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since
सिमट आया
27 for 3, Daily Boys. So far, Little Darling Zubaidas are all over the boys in orange, but Iftikhar Ahmed continues with the fight back. That's his third of the over. We have been talking about Iftikhar Ahmed in the previous matches as well. He has been improving after each and every game. If you talk about his performances in the last couple of seasons, and even today, although his side has lost 3 wickets very early, but he is still putting up a fight against the team that has been in red hot form, as he puts that one away on the offside, gets it through the fielder at extra cover, but they will just get a single this time. Experienced duo out there in the middle for Daily Boys. They've got Farhan Taslim, who is yet to open his account. Well, it's going to be his first delivery, but Iftikhar Ahmed has been batting beautifully. 3 boundaries so far in this over we talk about. Nicely defended. First power play comes to an end. Daily Boys are 32 for the loss of 3 wickets.
है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार, चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी, हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना, हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं, इसीलिए
Boys, they are 32 for 3. Anastatic, who has done all the damage so far by picking up all 3 wickets to fall for Daily Boys. Well, he has been given an extended spell. He's going to bowl his third over now. Still haven't taken any fielder deep on the offside, so you can expect some more wickets if the ball goes up in the air, especially on the offside. Now that has gone up. It's an opportunity for the fielder at fine leg, and he doesn't get anywhere close to it. And they pick up a couple in the process. It's never easy. The umpire was straight away in action as soon as in that appeal the umpire raised his finger. Have a look at the amount of movement he got in the air and the ball hitting right on his toes, and that's why it was a very simple and straightforward decision for the umpire. So Iftikhar Ahmed, the captain's resistance comes to an end. He caught 20 out of 34 runs that Daily Boys have scored up till now. Now they have lost their 4th wicket. They are 34 for 4.
ये मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
Bubble boom, खुशी का boom. Bubble ooh.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
Four for 8 so far for Anastatic. Remember, it's just his third over. He's still got 4 more balls left. And I won't be surprised if he's going to bowl out with the new ball here today. That's what their captain must be thinking. There is no point of saving his over for later on in the innings. They might not. This match might not even go to a stage where Delhi boys will be looking to utilize their next batting power play. That will be in the 16th or the 17th over. They'll have to take that very early because they don't have a lot of batting remaining now. 4 batters are back in the dugout. Now they've got 2 fielders very close to the bat. Asif Firoz at short mid wicket. Oh, lovely delivery. Have a look at that for a ball from Anas Tariq. That's a 5 for the fast bowler. And he's having an excellent time out here at DHA Sports Club. What a lovely delivery that was. The very first ball for Haris Bartlett was swinging in and it took the base of the off stump. Wonderful start. This for Little Darling by Zubaidas. Anas Tariq hasn't set a foot wrong up till now. Have a look at the shape into the right-hander. He was completely beaten, not because of the pace, but because the extravagant movement that he got in the air. And once again, he has picked up 2 wickets now in 2 balls. He's going to be on a hat-trick. He has completed a 5-for already. Delhi boys are struggling. They are 34 for 5.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 1992.
मेरी दुआ मेरा स्टाइल.
It's 34 for 5 for Delhi boys. All 5 wickets have been taken by Anas Tariq. He's got 2 wickets in 2 balls now in this over. First off the skip of Iftikhar Ahmed and then a very lovely delivery to get rid of Haris Bartlett. So he's now on a hat-trick. Played that with a straighter bat. Played much late there, Talha. But what a wonderful spell this has turned out to be from Anas Tariq. We haven't really seen a lot of bowlers picking up a 5-for so far in this tournament. He's probably the first one to do so. Although as a right-hander, you always have an idea that Anas Tariq will be swinging the ball back into the right-hander, but still he somehow manages to beat the bat and brings those sums and pads into play, as he has done in this match as well. 5 for 8 for the fast bowler up till now. And he still has 7 more balls, 7 legal deliveries remaining in his spell to cause some more damage. Apart from the very first match, everything has been brilliant so far. Everything these boys in orange have touched have turned into gold. Talking about Delhi boys, well, even they got off to a disastrous start in the very first match against Rajbi, where they conceded more than 200, but they fought back brilliantly. First against Sack, and then in the very next match, where they were able to chase down the target against Sharati Perfumes. Will be a wide down the leg side, but this extra won't cost a lot, considering the position they are in right now. Lovely delivery, and that almost hit the leg stump. How about that for a ball? Tala Shamsi, who was looking very confident in the previous couple of deliveries, as soon as Anas Tariq pitched one up, And once again, having that banana swing coming into the right hand, and it almost knocked the leg stump over. He was very lucky that the ball didn't hit the stumps, and on its way through went towards fine leg boundary for a 4. So he's proving to be unplayable tonight so far. Nastarik 5 for 9 in his 3 overs. Delhi boys are 39 for 5 after their first 5 overs. Oh, that has put down. I was just about to mention that the danger is still not over for Delhi boys, because Asif Feroz has now got a ball in his hands, and the very first ball, Farhan Taslim got a thick edge, but that was put down by the wicketkeeper behind the stumps. Things could have gone from bad to worse for Delhi boys had that catch been taken. Going for a quick single, and they're going to take it in the end. Well, Delhi boys would not have expected this sort of a start from their batters. Nothing much to talk about if you talk about the top 5 batters. We've all fallen prey to Anas Tariq and his brilliance with the new ball. Well, right now what they need to do is to make sure that they don't lose further wickets for at least next 5 or 6 overs, and even if they score at a run rate of 5 or 6, that is acceptable, because the first job is to make sure that you bat your full 20 overs, and for that to happen you have to make sure that you keep wickets in hand. And to keep wickets in hand, there is no need of any unnecessary short selection at this stage of the innings. Little Darling by Zubaidas will ensure that they put more pressure on these two batters. That's why you see majority of the fielders standing inside the inner ring. Hardly anyone deep on the offside. Mid-off is up as well. Just one deep mid-wicket and a fielder at long on. Slightly short and wide, and a bit of a misfield that will allow Farhan Taslim to get off strike. A man who can do some damage with the bat, but he will be needing some support at the other end. Quicker one. Still couldn't get it past that fielder at short third. Brilliant start this from Asif Feroz. Just 3 singles coming off it. After 6, Delhi boys are 42 for 5.
मेरा बेर ऑयल
Still a lot of adjustments going around as far as the field placements are concerned for Little Darling by Zubaidas. It's no rocket science when you want to pick up wickets, more wickets, and the batter is under immense pressure. You usually have more fielders inside the inner ring and fewer fielders at the boundary ropes. Now they are standing at the fielder at long on. The mid wicket has been asked to come in. They've got the fielder at deep square leg for Farhan Taslim. He usually likes to play straight down the ground with a straighter bat towards mid off and towards long on. Anas Mustafiz will be once again standing up to the stumps. He has sent the fielder at deep third man and deep fine leg. And that is largely because of the movement that Anas has been able to get with this new ball. We saw 4 byes coming on the last ball of his previous over when the ball just swung in sharply to Tala Shamsi. And not only did that ball beat the bat, it missed the stumps, and even the wicket keeper couldn't really get any gloves behind that. The mid-off fielder is now standing very close and well in front of the inner ring, almost where Anas Tariq starts his run-up. So he's always into the ears of Anas Tariq, talking about Shayan Mateen, who is standing at mid-off. Well, they're going to pick up a quick single this time. Anas Tariq won't mind that single because he do realize that Farhan Taslim has got a solid defense against him because he played the ball very late as compared to Tala Shamsi. He was able to beat him with the swing that he got. Last ball of the previous over, he'll be hoping that he can deliver a similar delivery and this time can disturb the stumps. Ball's at one shot. Now that is up in the air. Square leg is running around and he almost took a blinder. Well, he knew that he got there and the ball almost stuck in his both hands. But unfortunately, since he was still in that momentum of running forwards, the ball just slipped out of it. Would have been a wonderful catch and would have been another disaster for Delhi boys. A bouncer attempted that almost worked for the fast bowler. Hits it up in the air. Now he gets it over. And Shayan Mateen, in fact, he gets a boundary now for Farhan Taslim, his first of the night. Might have been a slower delivery this from Anas Tariq, and the length was not that full. That allowed Farhan Taslim to just wait for it and hit that one with a straighter bat comfortably over mid-off's head to get his first boundary. Well, he was looking to guide that one towards third man. It was a risky stroke, knowing the fact that the wicketkeeper was up and they have already got 3 third man. So at max, he would have just got a single, but he got away with it. But what a brilliant spell from Anas Tariq. That just comes to an end. 5 for 15 with the new ball in his 4 overs. Brilliance from the fast bowler. It's 48 for 5 after 7.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार, चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां।
into his second over now, Asif Feroz. Flights that one up and just gets it past short mid-wicket. They're going to go for a quick single. The throw will be at the striker's end, but Farhan Taslim will get there very easily. Now Anas Tariq just concluded his spell, a brilliant spell of fast bowling where he picked up a 5 today. Almost got the 6th wicket as well. Unfortunately, the catch was put down by the fielder at deep square leg in his last over. Otherwise, Salah Shamsi would have been back in the dugout as well. But they need something special right now, the boys in grey. Off the back foot, gets it to the left of the fielder at long off, but they will still just get a single. Pretty sure they will be satisfied with those singles and twos at max. 50 comes up for the Delhi boys with that single. We haven't really seen him bowling a lot of carom balls in this tournament, Asif Feroz. We haven't really seen a lot of spinners getting any turn whatsoever on this pitch, because there has been a lovely batting strip throughout the tournament. Well, that turned in sharply, but it was angling down the leg side, and the umpire knew that straight away. If you talk about the pattern, the way the matches have progressed in DSPL Season 7 specifically, the first few matches we saw a lot of teams batting first, were able to score more than 200, and they were winning the games not that easily because the chasing side also were able to get closer to the target. And then all of a sudden in the last few matches we have seen some low scoring games as well. Mektam Farmer were able to defend 153 against Surati Perfumes. The other day they were able to score 167, which was chased down by Sag. So things have slightly taken a U-turn of some sorts. Batting first hasn't been that easy now in the last few matches. A quicker one, but it went down the leg side, so they're going to get one more extra, Delhi boys. Well, they need all the luck right now, the boys in grey. So earlier, teams were winning the toss and without any hesitation were opting to bat first. They have continued with that pattern, but seems like the bowling teams have found a solution. It was another quicker delivery. He was lucky that the ball did not hit the stumps, because it was much straighter and he was very late onto that stroke. Couple of runs in that over from Asif Feroz after 8. Delhi boys are still 51 for 5.
क्या है सारी सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी हर चीज को खूब परखना हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना हर दिल चाहे
Delhi boys have been able to score 51 in their 8 overs, and out of 51, 13 came in that only over that Farooq Zaki has bowled up till now. Surprisingly, he has been expensive tonight, where all the other bowlers have been able to exert that pressure on the batters of Delhi boys. Just trying to come back in this game, Delhi boys, but won't be that easy from the position they are finding themselves in. Shouldn't really be worried about those dot deliveries, because at least they are spending time out there in the middle, and the more you stay, the confident you get going on. Just works that one towards short mid-wicket and picks up another quick single just for Farhan. Maybe today is the day for Farhan Taslim to put up a big total for himself. and helping his team to put a modest total on the board. They do have a pretty strong bowling lineup, but as a bowler, you would definitely expect some batters to do their job when they are batting first. In these sort of conditions, especially when there will be some sort of dew in the second innings and the bowlers will find it difficult to grip and land the ball, you got to make sure that you at least have 150 or 160 against a strong batting lineup of Little Darling by Zubaidas. Punches it straight back to the bowler. Nicely gathered that by Farooq Zaki in his follow through. Running the first one hard. He has placed that one wide out of the mid-wicket fielder. He will easily come back for a couple. Not mid-wicket, but Anas Tariq had to run in from long on to stop the ball. 4 runs in that over from Farooq Zaki. They are in a recovery phase, Daily Boys. They are 55 for 5 after 9.
है बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को
So spin from both ends, the off spinner from one end and the left arm orthodox from the other. Both searching for their first wicket. He's a very good player off the front foot, Tala Shamsi. We saw how he got castle in the previous match against Surati Perfumes, and he was looking to play a delivery on the back foot against a spinner. He was beaten with the pace because it was a quicker one attempted. Goes for the big shot, does Farhan. He gets plenty on it and he rosets that one towards the mid-wicket boundary for a maximum. Well, this is what Farhan Taslim can do, and the longer he's going to stay out there in the middle, he can cause trouble for Little Darling by Zubaidas. Although the bowling team is in a very strong position still because the 5 wickets have gone down, but Farhan Taslim is that man who can take the game away from you within a span of 2 or 3 overs. Well, the idea was right from the off spinner. He was just sliding the ball up so that he could buy a wicket. Farhan Taslim was drawn into that big stroke, but he was able to connect that well, and he was able to hit that one comfortably over mid-wicket. Normally, when the side has already picked up 5 wickets while bowling first, you expect all other fielders, including the wicketkeeper, to chirp around the batters on almost every other delivery, but they have now gone a little quiet. Although they do need to realize that now they're in a position where they can even bowl out the opposition without allowing them to play their full 20 overs. Quicker one, and it just goes to the right of the bowler. It was uppish, but you can't really expect the bowler to move that swiftly in his follow through and take the catch. Not the first time we have seen him bowling wide down the leg sides. It happened in the previous over as well from Asif Feroz. Just get the feeling he's trying too much maybe. Whereas all he needs to do is to make sure that he bowls it outside the off stump and bowls fuller in length and ask the batters to do something different. Sometimes they're going to be able to pull off. Sometimes they might make a mistake, and in that process Asif Feroz can win the battle against these two batters. One more ball left into halfway stage of this innings. That has clearly gone in the favor of the boys in orange. It's going to be a dot delivery. So quite a start this from Delhi boys. Remember, they are batting first, but now they have lost 5 wickets. They are 66 for 5 after 10 overs.
मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
Bubble boom, खुशी का boom. Bubble ooh.
Strong work.
His first over went for 13, came back well in the previous over where he was just hit away for 4 runs. But the fielders are slightly staying on the back foot, I guess. I just get the feeling the captain needs to have a word with the fielders. I'm pretty sure they must have had a word between the overs. That you got to make sure that you bowl out the opposition on a low score if you want to make a statement in the tournament. You never know, one good partnership can still bring Delhi boys back in the contest, and these two batters are very much capable of doing that. Farhan Taslim Ali is out there for 20 runs. He has faced 20 deliveries. He has seen the nature of the pitch. Hits it flat and hits it wider of Anas Tariq. One bounce and into the fence. Calculated risk was taken by the big man and he was able to get a boundary for himself. Had to fetch that one from outside the Austin, but he knew the ball is not going to be turning away. So he was able to get it wider of the long on fielder, and Anas, after taking a couple of steps, realized that the ball has been timed just too well for him to be able to stop that one. And every now and then, as soon as he collected a boundary, he has gone for a single on the very next ball. And that's why you could see Farooq Zaki is getting slightly agitated, frustrated, because he wants better effort from the fielders. I mean, a couple of spinners, left-arm spinners, who have been very successful with the ball in the past, but haven't really been able to put on that magic with the ball in this particular season of the SPL. We're talking about Danish Rehan, who was a part of Surati Perfumes, and Farooq Zaki, who hasn't really been picking up a lot of wickets, but has been economical on some occasions. It's 73 for 5 after 11.
Scouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences.
They've just used 4 bowling options tonight so far, little darling by Zubaidas, Farooq Zaki, Asif Feroz, Shayan Mateen and Anas Tariq. Goes for another big shot, just Farhan Taslim, and he gets another 6 over mid-wicket. Well, he's putting up a show with the bat now, Farhan Taslim, after all the damage that Anas Tariq did with the new ball. Now Farhan Taslim is showing his class over and over again. Well, that's what happens when you spend time at the crease, because you start to feel better, and the longer you're going to stay, the run rate is going to improve. We saw that happening yesterday when Mektam Farmer were up against Stack. At one stage, even 140, 150 was difficult, but they were able to score 167 courtesy of the brilliant knock from their skipper, Saqib Ikhlas, who was batting at a very slow strike rate, but he was able to improve on that. Ended up scoring 90 of 60 odd deliveries. And this is something that Farhan Taslim can learn from. Well, he doesn't need to learn because he's got all the experience, but he's in a similar sort of situation where he's not only going to improve his strike rate, but with those boundaries and the way he has ran between the wickets on the previous ball, they can still end up going past 150, 160. We have talked about that in the previous matches as well, that he's a very powerful striker against spinners. He's not someone who's going to be looking to pull or hook the ball, but he loves going straight and towards mid-wicket. Gentle full toss, will just get a single this time. I was surprised by the fact that they didn't really think about introducing another pacer after looking at the amount of movement Anas Tariq was getting with the new ball. Driven nicely in the gap by Tala Shamsi this time. A lot of work to be done by the fielder at long off. He won't be able to stop it. In fact, he just pushes the ball in the boundary ropes. Well, they needed a couple of really good overs, and this is turning out to be one of them. A 6 and a boundary already for the boys in grey, and they will look to improve from here on further. Times it better, but couldn't really find the gap. Good over comes to an end for the batting team's point of view after 12. They're 87 for 5.
All delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since
So 87 for 5. Fifth bowling option now being utilised by Little Darling by Zubaidas, as the left arm spinner Huzefa has now been given the ball, who starts off with a wide outside the off stump. They were 5 down with not many runs on the board, but this particular partnership has given them a glimmer of hope that they can still post a modest total on the board in their allotted 20 overs, considering how well they bat in their last 8. If they go on a 10 and over from here on, they will go past 165, which is something that they're going to take it. But if Farhan Taslim can stay out there towards the end of the innings, we can expect the score to be in excess of 175 as well. I'm pretty sure he's going to look to put the pressure on the new bowler. Now, although they have picked up 5 wickets, Little Darling by Zubaidas, but if you notice, just one bowler was able to do all the damage. All of the bowlers have been economical to some extent, but they have leaked few runs and they haven't really been able to capitalize all the pressure that was being put by Anas Tariq at one end. We have seen Farooq Zaki being a little expensive. Shayan has leaked few runs. Asif Feroz has not been able to pick up a wicket, although we saw a catch being put down by the keeper of his very first ball, that too of Farhan Taslim, who has hit a couple of sixes and a boundary since. Drill that one towards long on for another single by Tala Shamsi. And I just get the feeling that's his job in the strong batting lineup. If he's forced to come out early, if Delhi boys lose wickets early, his job is to do the rebuilding part of the innings. Goes for the big shot and he misses. The ball did turn away from the right-hander. Anas Mustafiz decided not to take the bails off. Maybe it was due to the fact that Farhan Taslim just didn't lift his back foot. Otherwise, that was a lovely ball from Huzefa, coming back in and then turning sharply away from the right-hander. 3 runs in that over from the spinner. It's 91 for 5.
सिमट आए
Double bowling change by the boys in orange as Anas Fazal has been brought into the attack. Tala Shamsi has pushed that one towards the offside, and with a slide from the fielder towards his right, that will allow him to come back for another couple. Struck nicely by Tala Shamsi. They've got a couple of fielders out there in the deep. Asif Feroz gets there first from square leg as he picks up just a run and gives the strike back to Farhan Taslim. Now, if they would have shown a little more interest, they could have easily come back for the second one as well. But I just get the feeling Farhan Taslim would love to have a taste of Anas Fazal and his off spinners. He thinks he's the one who can come harder against him. he wanted to, but will just get a run towards deep mid wicket because it was a quicker one attempted by the off spinner. Teams do take this sort of a gamble when things are not going in their favour. They try to introduce someone who is not regular as a bowler so that the batters can look to take some risk. Talal Shamsi is not interested in doing that. He's happy with those singles that he's getting. And Delhi boys will be happy with the fact that they have got runs coming from one end and solidarity from the other. Another quicker one attempted. It was wide. It was partially stopped by the keeper, but they will still get a couple of runs. Now, we were talking about just one fast bowling option being utilised up till now on Tariq. They've got another option, the youngster Yahya, who did bowl well in the previous match. So, might not be the wrong time to introduce someone like him. Comes down the pitch, hits it flat and put down once again by the long off fielder. It was never easy because he was running towards his right and he was diving forwards as well. Had to make sure that he balanced himself in the process of taking that catch. Couldn't do so. Covered a lot of ground, but in the end couldn't complete that catch. It's the second one that has been put down. In fact, third one that has been put down tonight by the boys in orange. A single taken of the last ball. It's 99 for 5 after 14 overs. Just looking more confident now, Talal Shamsi. He's going to get a couple of runs nicely fielded by the fielder at deep mid wicket. Almost a collision between him and the fielder at square leg. But he was still able to make sure that he keeps the ball in his hands and threw it towards the wicket keeper. 100 comes up meanwhile for Delhi boys. Growing in stature and confidence with every other delivery that is coming out of the middle of his bat. That was a really good effort. He's the same fielder who dropped the catch in the previous over at long off. It was a difficult one. Asif Feroz just shared some advice with the left arm spinner. Let's see whether that works for him or not. This time it's Farhan Taslim who hits that one towards deep mid wicket. Talal Shamsi wanted to come back for the second. Not his partner though. It's a wonderful partnership for the 6th wicket. They have added 69 together. One stage they were 34 for 5, Delhi boys, and they were almost down and out of this competition. But this partnership has definitely made things better for them. And they're going to continue to get better because the previous delivery was a no ball as signaled by the on-field umpire. So Farhan Taslim will now get a free hit. Free hit against someone like Farhan Taslim is very difficult to control. They can afford to change the field, but I'm not so sure they'll be looking to do that because they've got fielders at the right position. Long on and long off still in place. Uses his feet, takes it as a full charge, but will just get a single towards Shayan Mateen at long off. This time it's Salah Shamsi who decides to play a big shot. He gets it slightly in the gap, and Anas Tariq makes a fumble with the field. Well, things can change in a matter of few overs. We have seen that happening on so many occasions in T20 cricket. And now with this partnership, Delhi boys are looking to put the pressure back on the bowling team. Anas Tariq, who hasn't done anything wrong up till now, allowed that ball to go through his hands and touch the boundary ropes. Lovely piece of batting by both these gentlemen. A single at the last ball brings 111 for 5 after 15 overs. The run rate is still 7.4, but it can still improve significantly for the batting team. Comes down the pitch. This time he hits it cleanly and hits it over Anas Tariq at long gone. Does Salah Shamsi. Well, he attempted a similar stroke in the previous over as well against Anas Wazal. On that occasion, he would only hit it flat and towards long off, and the catch was put down. But this time he got much more connection, and he got that one towards the long on boundary for a maximum. His first of the night. Well, Anas Tariq is bowled out. Remember, he bowled his 4 overs with the new ball during the power play. He got the 5 wickets. Now, unless and until they don't introduce someone like Yahya, so they don't have any other fast bowling option left. Little darling by Zubaidas, and they'll have to keep on bowling their spinners. That's why it is important that no matter how good a position you are in with the ball, you still got to take each and every chance that comes your way. Now Salah Shamsi being put down a couple of overs back. We saw Anas Mustafiz dropping Farhan Taslim of the very first ball of Anas Asif Feroz spell. This time it's Farhan Taslim who's going to get a boundary towards cow corner region. Wasn't out of the middle, but since he hit them really hard, so even a half hit from here on, and the outfield, he will eventually end up getting a boundary. Getting closer to his half century now, Farhan. The message from the captain was loud and clear before the start of this over that they want to accelerate, and they have done that so far. 11 of the first 3 balls, and the fact that they're going to just face on spinners in the remaining overs to come, so they can really plan accordingly. Flatter but it's not going to carry to the long off field. I will still get a single though. Just calming his partner down. Farhan Taslim must be having a word that we have already got a 6 and a boundary, so there is no point of taking a risk at this stage. Make sure that you make each and every ball count. Shouldn't be a dot delivery. Go for a single at least, and if it's a bad ball, you got to put that away. Ooh, well, that was slightly risky, because that ball wasn't far away from the stumps, although it was down the leg side, but still could have been more risky. Tucks this one towards fine leg. Farooq Zaki was in position, will still get a single and will retain the strike. 16 overs are now done. Daily boys are 127 for 5. Change in the bowling attack. The young spinner Huzefa being replaced by another left-arm orthodox Farooq Zaki. First ball will bring up a couple of runs for the batting team as well as for Farhan Taslim, who now moves onto 46. 10 and over from here on will take them past 166, but ideally they would love to get more than that. Just get the feeling with 175 they would start to feel a lot more comfortable with the bowling attack that they possess. Oh, that has been launched and might have gone out of the ground. Towering hit from Farhan Taslim as he goes past his half century. Quite a brilliant knock this from the big man. It was short, it was there to be hit. We haven't really seen a lot of turn for the spinners tonight. He threw the kitchen sink at it, gave it everything and made sure that the ball not only cleared the boundary rows, but it also landed outside the boundary walls at Moin Khan Academy. ...101 partnership now between these two on 72 deliveries. They did take some time early on because both of those batters were relatively newer at the crease when they lost 5 wickets, Daily Boys, and they had to take some time to get settled, but now they are, and they're making full use of some wayward bowling from all of the bowlers apart from Anas Tariq, who picked up a 5-er, and we haven't really seen any other bowler getting any sort of success. Well, they asked for a different ball, but the old one has been retrieved. The umpire would love to have a look at the condition before he'll decide whether it's okay to continue with that. He's satisfied with it. Comes down the pitch. Now that has been launched once again, and this time it's going to go right in the center and once again out of the ground. So it's good that the umpire had already asked for a newer ball a couple of balls ago. He won't have to waste a lot of time because he'll have to reuse that. Much lower through the air, used his feet, although he did not get closer to the pitch of the ball, but he still went through with the stroke and he was able to get another half a dozen. Well, he's got nothing to lose now. Just 3.3 overs to go, and he would look to make them count. Hits it flatter. It's third in a row for Farhan Taslim. This time it's the biggest of the lot. You talk about comebacks in T20 matches. Well, this is some sort of a comeback by these two gentlemen. Farhan Taslim is putting up a spectacular show with the bat. First over long on, then towards long on and long off, and this time clearly the biggest of the night. Shayan Mateen could only watch that ball sailing over his head. He had no interest in jumping in the air because he knew that was timed to perfection by the big man. Half an hour ago, Little Darling by Zubaidas were the happiest side of the two, but now Daily Boys have shown that they are also here to win this trophy at the end of the tournament. Has been a similar fate for both the teams in their first three matches, losing first and then winning their next two matches. So a victory here tonight will almost guarantee their spots in the knockout stages. And he's feeling pressure now. Farooq Zaki bowls a wide down the leg side. Well, he just missed out. The length was there, the line was there. He was once again trying to use his feet. Could have easily hit that one over mid-wicket, but the ball just not coming out of the middle of his blade. But we'll still get that single. Who would have thought Daily Boys at one stage who were 34 for 5 will still be able to put the opposition under so much pressure. Well, they decided not to run for it because they wanted Farhan Taslim to be on strike. Well, he could have easily got on strike as well in the next over because they still have 3 overs left. The score stays on 148 for 5 after 17 overs. So still no signs of another fast bowler from Little Darling by Zubaidas as they have decided to introduce the off-spinner Asif Feroz once again into the attack. He'll still think about that catch that was put down by the wicket-keeper of his bowling. He's got one more over left. Farooq Zaki is bowled out. Who is going to bowl the next couple of overs? Hits it flatter and over mid-wicket. So the decision of not picking up a single of the last ball of the previous over has worked for Daily Boys as the very first ball of this over goes out of the park over mid-wicket. As if he was waiting for the length delivery. Didn't really have to do much because it was a quicker one and he used all the pace on offer. And that ball was sent good 15 rows back over mid-wicket. 150 also comes up for Daily Boys. Couple of overs back, there must have been 165, but now they'll be looking to score somewhere between 180, 185. And that is still possible as long as Farhan Taslim continues this onslaught. Couldn't really get closer to the pitch of the ball, but still got that single towards long gone. Now it's Talha Shamsi who is out there on strike. Can he also join the party alongside his partner? Uses his feet but couldn't get it out of the middle. Will still get a single towards extra cover. Farooq Zaki will be in action. What a contrasting performance from the bowlers of Little Darling by Zubaidas. Anas Tariq taking the new ball, picking up 5 wickets. And after him, there is no other batter who has done any significant damage. But now Asif Feroz almost got a wicket. But it was Shayan Mateen down there at long on. If there was anyone who could have taken that catch, it was him. He jumped in the air as well, got both his hands to it. Still couldn't push the ball back inside the playing field. As Farhan Taslim in that process got another maximum. Well, this has been a mother of all comebacks from Delhi boys. He hit that one powerfully, but for a moment it was one of those shots where the ball could have gone straight in the hands of the long on fielder. It wasn't taken by Shayan Mateen, but very well caught by the cameraman behind him. That too with one hand. Even someone like Asif Feroz with all that experience and variations is now under the pump. Oh, he's going to be stumped now. Lovely bit of guile and flight there by Asif Feroz. Farhan Taslim wanted to go downtown. He was eyeing another big hit over long order, maybe mid-wicket region, but the ball just not bouncing a great deal and staying underneath his bat. And Anas Mustafiz doing the job behind the stumps. He was beaten in the flight, clearly. His bat came down, but it was a little too late. Farhan Taslim now returns to the dugout, but obviously he's going to get a standing ovation from his teammates. 78 of 43, a high-quality innings. Comes to an end from Farhan Taslim. He walks back, it's 163 for 6. It was very well gathered by Anas Mustafiz. He might have put him down early on, but this time he made sure that not only he took the ball, but he also took the bails off. So 129 runs partnership comes to an end. It's 163 for 6, Delhi boys. So finally, apart from Anas Tariq, some other bowler was able to pick up a wicket. That now brings Ali Nasir at number 8. Someone who can also do similar damage what Farhan Taslim was able to do. But I'm afraid he's going to get that many opportunities. There's just a couple of overs now remaining for Delhi boys. They are 164 now for 6. So Little Darling by Zubaidas might have miscalculated their bowling options. Shayan Mateen has bowled a couple of overs, but he'll just get to bowl the 19th over now of the innings, so they'll have to find another option for the 20th over. Anas Fazal has bowled a couple of overs, so he can be the one who will be bowling the last over of the innings, or if they are confident enough, they can introduce a new bowling option. Maybe the left arm spinner, Josefa or Yahya. But spin in the last couple of overs against someone like Ali Nasser, well, can turn out to be a dangerous decision. Gets it over extra cover, does Ali Nasser. Will look to come back for the second run. The ball will curl away from that fielder in the deep. That will allow him to return to the crease. Remember, he scored a half century against Surati Perfume, so he's also in a pretty decent form with the bat. It's a quicker one. This is what Shayan Mateen will look to do. He won't be looking to fly the ball a great deal. It's the 19th over of the innings, and he knows that they've got two relatively powerful strikers of the cricket ball, Ali Nasser and Tala Shamsi, who is much more settled out there in the middle. Oh, it's a full toss. Can be a no ball as well. Will get a single towards deep square leg. Straight away, the square leg umpire put his arm out and suggesting that one as a waist high no ball. So it's going to be costing a couple of runs for the bowling team as well as a free hit. Now he's got two options, Shayan Mateen. First one will be to fire one into the base of the stump so that Ali Nasser won't get underneath the pitch of the ball, or the next one is that he can fly the ball to such an extent that Ali Nasser mistimes it. He bowls it slower, tongs it slightly to the wide, the region long gone, but we'll just get a run. It's a clever option from Shayan. He knew that Ali Nasser has just been out for 3 deliveries, so he might not be able to time it that well as Farhan Taslim was doing at the other end before he got himself out in the previous over. It's another full toss, but it was not that high on that occasion. They're going to look to come back for the second, and they will get there easily. Fielding has let them down to some extent in the first innings. Talking about Little Darling by Zubaidas, 3 catches we saw being put down, and now they have been able to get a couple of runs on regular basis as soon as the ball has been hit towards the fielder in the deep. He hits that one up in the air. It's an opportunity for the fielder, a deep hit wicket, but the ball goes over Farooq Zaki's head. I don't think it's gone all the way. I just get the feeling the ball might have bounced between him and the boundary ropes. Yep, boundary given by the on-field umpire. He wasn't standing at the edge of the boundary ropes. It was a full-blooded stroke attempted by Thala Shamsi. He was targeting the longer side of the ground towards deep mid-wicket. Farooq Zaki was standing a couple of steps ahead of the boundary ropes. The ball just going over his head and then bouncing first before it travelled all the way for 4. Now he gets a thick edge. It's going to run down fine. It's going to run away for 4 as well. This is excellent stuff for the Delhi boys. They're getting all the runs they were after. It's another expensive over that comes to an end from Shayan Mateen. 16 runs coming off it. 19 overs are now done. Delhi boys are 180 for 6. Now they have decided to bring on another medium pacer in the last over of the innings, Yaya. And all of the bowlers have travelled to journey apart from Anastatic. Let's see what this youngster can bring to the table. Starts off with a waist high no ball, and somehow Ali Nasser has been able to get some bat behind it. It's going to run away for 4. That's an unusual beginnings from the new fast bowler, and somehow Ali Nasser has got that one towards the boundary ropes. Pretty sure that wasn't intentional, just couldn't get his bat out of the way, but he still made sure that he opened the face of the bat. Third man was up. It went between him and the wicket keeper, and there was nothing much the third man could have done about that. So 5 runs have been given. The next delivery is a free hit. It's a full toss. He uses his feet, hits it towards deep extra cover. We'll just get a run. From being 34 for 5, now almost going towards 190. The Haley boys have put up a spectacular show with the bat, to say the least. Tala Shamsi has been one of those players who have brought his team into this sort of position alongside Farhan Taslim. He got out on 78. Tala has an opportunity to register a half century for himself. He hits that one up in the air. It's not going to carry. It's going to fall in no man's land. It will allow him to come back with a couple, and that couple of runs will take him past his half century. A wonderful knock this from Tala Shamsi. He's not that expressive with the bat or with his gestures, but he usually gets the job done for his team. He's excellent behind the stumps, and he's very clinical with the bat as well. Now it has been given as 1 run short, I guess, by the on-field umpire. So although they ran 2, but they will just get 1 run for it. Hits it with a straighter bat. It goes into centre between long on and long off, but Anastatic does a pretty decent job. This time they will get that couple. Well, he has done a lot of running between the wickets, Tala Shamsi. And that couple of runs will now raise his half century. But a brilliant effort nevertheless. It's not going to go over the fielder's head this time. It was taken by the fielder at extra cover. Yeah, you're getting his first wicket. Tala Shamsi, while looking to up the ante, while looking to search for those boundaries in the last over, just couldn't get it out of the middle. He lost his balance completely as the ball was much outside the off stump, and it was a good running catch taken by the fielder at extra cover. They could have introduced him early on in the bowling attack when they were witnessing significant movement with the new ball for Anastatic, but they decided to bring him late. But he still picks up a wicket tonight. Tala Shamsi walks back after scoring a well-constructed half century for his team. It's 189 for 7. First ball that Isa bin Musa faces, and he hits that one for a boundary as well. So the boundaries are not stopping here for the Delhi boys. And once again, the little darling by Zubaidas are at the receiving end. 13 have come up this last over with the ball still to go. A 6 from here on will mean that little darling by Zubaidas will be chasing 200. He won't get that 6. He will still look to come back for a couple of runs. In fact, they might get more. Misfield there from Anastatic. Now they're coming back for the third, but it's going to be a run out. But they still get those 2 runs they were after. 195 for the loss of 8 wickets is what Delhi boys have scored in their allotted 20 overs. A brilliant fight back, a brilliant comeback this from the boys in grey. They were 34 for 5 at one stage when Anastatic was all over the batting team. Couldn't really find any other option against a fast bowler, but all of the bowlers were travelling to journey. Farhan Taslim played a brilliant knock of 78, and he was well supported by
है पूरे घर का प्यार। जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी। सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार। आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
Bubble boom, खुशी का boom. Bubble ooh.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार। जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी। सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार। आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
Bubble boom, खुशी का boom. Bubble boom.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
Bubble boom, खुशी का boom. Bubble boom.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since
So 196 is the target tonight for Little Darling by Zubaidas. So far they have managed 11 runs. They are still into the second over. Sarosh Ahmed and Anas Fazal, the two openers for the boys in orange. Chasing down a big total today. He'll look to come back for the second. The direct hit was needed. I tell you what, the ball wasn't far away from the stumps either. Anas Fazal might have slowed down while looking to return at his crease, but somehow he managed to make his way, and the ball obviously did not hit the stumps. So Sarosh was able to get those couple of runs he was after. He's been a wonderful addition at the top of the order for Little Darling by Zubaidas. They were in search of someone who could bring stability in the top of the order as well as score runs at a decent pace. He's someone who has filled in that spot. But even today, he will be under some sort of pressure because it's not a small total. They are chasing 196. That means you almost have to score 10 runs every over. Quiet start is from Usman Arshad. Just 7 runs coming in his first over. After 2, Little Darling by Zubaidas are 13 for no loss. First boundary for Anas Fazal. Goes once again towards mid-wicket region, gets it in the gap, and he gets another boundary. There's the skipper. Farhan Taslim bowling with the new ball. Well, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of options in their tank, Delhi boys, but they have introduced someone like Farhan Taslim so that he can buy a wicket at this stage. But they need a quick start like this, Little Darling by Zubaidas, and they need boundaries coming from both ends. Now he goes past extra cover and mid-off. Quality shot selection this from Anas Fazal. A couple of them towards mid-wicket, and this time it was dropped even more shorter, and there was no pace, absolutely no pace behind that delivery from Farhan Taslim, which allowed him to get into a pretty decent position. He has been a very sweet timer of the ball, as we have been mentioning that in the past few matches as well. But today he has got a start. Let's see whether he can convert that into a decent score for himself. Quicker one, but he still gets it towards long on for a run. They've got a lot of bowling options. Talking about Delhi boys, they've got Farhan Taslim, who is bowling the first over. Usman Arshad has bowled as well up till now. They've got Isa bin Musa, a genuine leg spinner. Ubaid Iqbal is part of their squad. Not sure whether he's part of the playing 11 today or not. Abdullah Jamal, who is a specialist at the death. He's usually kept for the batting power play. So they'll have to bat out their skins, Little Darling by Zubaidas, if they want to post 196 to make sure that they win another game. Worked away nicely behind square. There is no one out there in the deep. This time it's Sarosh who gets a boundary on the leg side. So an expensive over from Farhan Taslim comes to an end. He gets getting a treatment of his own medicine. This is exactly what he did while he was batting first. And now both these openers are also punishing him. 3 overs are now done. Little Darling Zubaidas have gone up to a flying start. They are 30 for no loss. Usman Arshad into his second over. Once again, it has been hit nicely towards mid-wicket as Anas Fazal will get another boundary. Quality stroke again by the right-hander. It was pitched up and he was able to hit that one comfortably over mid-wicket as he gets his 4th boundary of the innings. Well, the conditions have been favourable for batting. The outfield has been very quick. Oh, he hits that one flat. He hits that one right over the side screen, does Anas Fazal. Well, they must have been expecting Sarosh Ahmed and Shayan Mateen to be providing them with a brisk start, but it's Anas Fazal who is spoiling the party now for Delhi boys. An effortless stroke, and have a look at how far that ball went. 27 from 12 deliveries. And he's not done yet. It's Usman Arshad, who is a veteran. I mean, he has played so much T20 cricket. Now he goes over square leg. There is no one out there in the deep. Couple of bounces and it goes over the boundary ropes. Entertainment very early in the innings from Little Darling by Zubaidas. It's not Sarosh Ahmed, but it's Anas Fazal who is spoiling the figures of Usman Arshad right now. It was important for them to make use of the first 4 overs, the mandatory power play, and the boundaries have been coming from the bat of the right-hander. Now they have sent a couple of fielders deep on the leg side. They've got deep square leg, they have got deep mid-wicket. Mid-off is up. Well, square leg was back, but he has now been asked to come back in since they can only place 2 fielders outside the inner ring. So they've got deep mid-wicket and long on in place. And now he goes straight, but he hasn't timed it well. It's just going to land over mid-off's head. He's going to end up picking up another couple of runs. Two quality sides are up against each other tonight. And in DSPL Season 7, Little Darling by Zubaidas are taking on Delhi boys, and we have seen plenty of runs being scored already. 195 is what Delhi boys got in their 20 overs. And now, with another towering 6, Little Darling by Zubaidas have gone past their 50 in just 3.5 overs. It's turning out to be a treat to watch. Not just for us, but for each and every member in the dugout for the Little Darling by Zubaidas. Not often you see Usman Arshad being tongued for those many runs. In his first couple of overs, he has given away 29 already. Anas Fazal is proving to be a headache now for Iftikhar Ahmed and his team. Long on is now back, mid-off is up. And he oh, that's put down by Vedic Ball. It was the first opportunity, in fact the second opportunity that Anas Fazal presented to the fielders. First it was put down for a couple of overs back by the fielder at long off when Habib Shah had put one down, and now Vedic Ball, with a relatively easier chance, just spilled it towards the end. What an extravagant start this is for the boys in orange. It was uppish. He had to run forwards but just couldn't control himself. Spilled the catch in the end. After 4, Little Darling by Zubaidas are 53 for no loss. That was an entertaining power play for the boys in orange. They were able to notch 53 without losing any wicket. And surprisingly, majority of the damage was done by Anas Swazzle, who has now reached to 40 of just 16 deliveries. The last over was an expensive one from Usman Arshad. He hit a couple of sixes and a couple of boundaries. That has now forced Iftikhar Ahmed to make another change in the bowling attack. He hits one over mid-on and gets another boundary, does Anas Swazzle. What a wonderful batting show we are witnessing here today from the openers. Very first delivery, the ball turning into him, and he was able to hit that wider of the fielder at mid-on. No chance for anyone to cut that one off. But I was surprised when they kept that fielder at mid-on up. They've taken the other power play as well, it seems, because just 2 fielders are outside the inner ring at long on and now at deep mid wicket. So there is absolutely no one at square leg, inside or outside the inner ring. And he hits it over mid-off. This is calculated risk being taken by Anas Swazzle, and everything is coming off for the right-hander's bat. Previous one went over mid-on. They sent the long on back. They brought the mid-off up. And now what he does, he just creates a bit of room for himself and he hits that one comfortably over mid-off. This is excellent batting from Anas Swazzle. Well, who needs Shayan Mateen at this stage when Anas Swazzle can strike them that well? In the block hole, there is no one at square leg, but Isa bin Musa will cover around from short fine leg, will get a single. He moves on to 49. This particular opening stand must have given so much confidence for the remaining batters, as this opening partnership has just made things slightly simpler for the batting team. They still need 134 more runs. But with the start that they have got, it becomes slightly easier for the remaining batters to chase down the remaining runs. While coming into bowl, Delhi boys must have been so satisfied with the score that they put on in the first innings, 195 to be precise. But this sort of a start from Little Darling by Zubaidas have slightly pushed them on the back foot. Sarosh Amir decides to open up his shoulders, but will just get a single towards Usman Arshad at long gone. I think this is the right way to move as well. A very decent approach by the left-hander, although he's batting at a pretty decent strike rate as well. But Anas Swazzle seems to be getting everything out of the middle of his willow. Remember, they still have one more over left of the power play. This one, they've got short mid wicket, mid off is still up, long gone and deep mid wicket back. Anas Swazzle just gives himself room. He now goes over mid off. Lot of job to be done by the fielder at long on. He gets there, Usman Arshad. Anas Swazzle picks up a couple and he brings up a half century of just 20 deliveries. What a wonderful start this is. We have been treated to some excellent batting performances today from Farhan Taslim and Tala Shamsi in the first innings, and now Anas Fazal is turning it on for Little Darling by Zubaidas. He's been congratulated by Saroj Shamir, but he knows that the job is not done yet. Still a lot of runs to get for the batting team. Oh, that is a shot and a half, and it goes over long on. This is wonderful batting. Excellent power hitting this from Anas Fazal. He hasn't taken a lot of risks, just quality hitting. This from the right-hander. Textbook strokes, and he has been able to maximize them. A 6 to end the over. 18 runs coming in that first over from Saqib. After 5, Little Darling by Zubaidas are going beyond 14 and over. They are 71 for no loss.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं।
So the last over of the batting power play, they have decided to change the bowler. It's Ubaid Iqbal who is bowling his first over now. It will be a challenge to hit boundaries against him. But he still gets it over mid-wicket, does Anas Fazal. Might not have timed it as well as he would have wanted. He will have to run for those runs. He'll get those couple. Well, there is no point of offering any pace whatsoever because he has been timing the ball sweetly up till now. So Ubaid Iqbal was looking to just release the ball and ask the batter to generate all that force he was after. But he still got a couple of runs because there was no one standing at deep mid-wicket. Remember, the fielding restrictions in the process. It will continue to happen for the next 4 balls. Now he gets it to the right of Abdullah Sohail at long on, but will still get a run. So we have seen some outstanding batting performance in the last couple of days here in DSPL Season 7. Talking about Saqib Ikhlas, the way he notched up 90 of 62 deliveries the other day against SAC. Unfortunately, it was at the receiving end. Today, Farhan Taslim scored a quick-fire half-century. Tala Shamsi got a 50 as well. And now, Anas Fazal with 60 of 23 delivery has given a big chance for Little Darling by Zubaidas to chase down 196. Shouldn't be worried if they won't get any other boundary in this over because they have already scored 75 in the first 6. Saroj usually prefers hitting everything on the offside at the start of his innings, and then as soon as he starts feeling confident, He goes towards the leg side. Now it's the slightest of opportunity for the skipper, but the ball goes over his head. And that will allow Sarosh Ahmed to get back for another couple of runs. A much decent over this from Ubaid Iqbal. Hasn't been hit for a boundary. He has just given away 6 runs. Last ball of the power play coming around the wicket again. He goes over mid-wicket. It's up in the air. It's an opportunity for Habib Shahid, and he puts it one down, and that goes all the way for 4. It's not the first one that he has put down tonight. He put one down earlier at long off. Again, he had the opportunity this time to get Sarosh Ahmed walking back. It wasn't timed well. Got 3 attempts, but unfortunately, neither he took the catch, neither he could stop the ball from going towards the boundary rope. So, boundary coming of the last ball of the over. It has been a wonderful power play for Little Darling by Zubaidas. After 6, they are 81 for no loss.
इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे. मदर केयर, your baby's best friend.
Bubble boom, खुशी का boom. Bubble boom.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
So Daily boys must be breathing a sigh of relief. The first 6 overs, both the power plays are now done and dusted for the batting team. The field is widespread. They have the luxury of placing 5 fielders outside the inner ring. They have still kept that fielder at third man inside. Isa bin Musa is standing there. Ali Nasser is now standing behind square on the leg side. They've got a fielder at deep fine leg. They still need to have 4 fielders inside the inner ring. Iftikhar Ahmed is just having a word with his bowler. Which other fielder he wants to be standing up inside the inner ring. Seems to have decided with the fine leg. He's been asked to come up. Third man is still up. Backward square leg in place. Deep mid wicket at the boundary ropes. Long on, long off, and a fielder a deep extra cover. Anas Fazal, the man still on strike, who has done all the damage so far in the first 6 overs. Starts off well. It's a very decent tactic for every fast bowler when they are looking to bowl fuller and outside the off-stump to just stay away from the hitting zone of hard-hitting batters. Anything that has been onto the stumps has been put away over the boundary ropes or towards the boundary ropes by Anas Fazal up till now. He's asked for an extra fielder now inside the inner ring. Square leg is coming up. Third man goes back. It's a top edge, but it's not going to carry to Abdullah Jamal. He bowls a heavy ball. He's very deceptive with his pace, Abdullah. There's a very gentle run up. Just 5 or 6 steps before he's into his delivery stride, but he can generate decent pace. He's got a lovely action as well. Goes over extra cover, does Anas. Hasn't got it out of the middle of the bat, but could have come back for the second, but it decided against it. Might not be able to get those boundaries as freely as he was in the first 6 overs. So right now, maybe it's the right time to give more strike back to Sarosh Ahmed. Normally you expect Sarosh Ahmed to be the aggressor in the opening stand and Anas Fazal to play the supporting role, but it has been a completely contrasting situation because Anas Fazal has done more damage in the first 6 overs and it's Sarosh who has been the silent partner. Unfortunately, both the batters have been given the chance already, and the culprit was the same fielder, Habib Shahid. First towards long off when he put a catch down to give a chance to Anas Fazal, and then the last ball of the previous over where Ubaid Iqbal was in the process of a brilliant over, his first of the night, and the catch was spilled at deep mid wicket by the same man. Sarosh Ahmed playing freely towards the leg side is a sign that he's feeling much more confident now. Still searching for their first wicket, Delhi boys. Decides to use his feet but still get a thick edge. They've got protection in the deep. Isa bin Musa at deep third man. Anas will just get a run. They need few overs like these where they can just give away 3 or 4 runs so that the required run rate can go up. Current run rate is 12.5, whereas the required run rate is just 8.5, which can go up. They will play a few quiet overs. Oh, that's a quality stroke. He lifts that one over mid-wicket, gets another. Bat and making sure that once again that he gets a boundary. So 7 done. Little Darling by Zubaidas are marching along there, 88 for no loss. If there is anyone who can break this opening partnership, it's that man on your screen, Ubaid Iqbal. But it is such a lovely pitch to bat on, and the fielding efforts have been lackluster to say the least. Now that should have been stopped at deep mid wicket. Can't understand the fact why he kept on running and didn't go down to stop the ball. He should have looked to dive for it. For a moment we thought it's just going to be a single or a couple at max, but Anas Fazal ended up getting another boundary. One thing is for sure, Iftikhar Ahmed will definitely not like these sort of fielding lapses, these drop catches that we have seen up till now from Delhi boys. They have gone absolutely quiet. Sensible. Very sensible this from Anas. He knows that he has done the hard part. Any other batter who can come in can easily score down the remaining runs, but his presence out there is sort of an achievement for Little Darling by Zubaidas, and it's going to be such a tough pill to swallow for Delhi boys that they haven't really been able to pick up one wicket up till now, and the man that you least expect to score runs has been able to score 67 of 30 deliveries. We saw Usman Arshad going wicketless. We saw Farhan Taslim leaking runs. We saw Ved Iqbal, who is still searching his first wicket. So they've tried almost all the options, but nothing has worked for the boys in grey. Now it's gone up. It's an opportunity, but I don't think it's going to carry to Usman Arshad that long on. It's been that sort of a night for Delhi boys. A couple of them have gone straight down to the fielders and they have been put down, and now the ball just didn't carry to Usman Arshad, although I just get the feeling he could have taken it had that ball gone a little further. He's just moving that fielder at long on slightly straighter, because this is where Anas Fazal likes to hit them. Nicely struck. He once again gets that one in the gap. Abdullah Sohail running to his right, gets down to the ball as Anas Fazal just picks up a run. They have been able to get a boundary in every over up till now, Little Darling by Zubaidas, something that is not easy to do. Just gave himself a bit of room but couldn't clear the gap on the offside. It's going to be a dot delivery, but still 8 runs coming off it. After 8, Little Darling by Zubaidas are still scoring at almost 12 and over. They are 95 and they are yet to lose a wicket.
Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 19.
नेचुरल ग्रोथ और प्रोफेशनल बियर्ड के लिए
That was for the 6th wicket. 123 runs partnership for the 6th wicket in the first innings between Farhan Taslim and Talal Shamsi. Anas Fazal and Sarosh Amir have stitched up 95 for the first wicket stand. That has come at a very good rate. They need 101 more runs to win in 12 overs, so the required run rate is definitely not something to worry about. It's becoming so difficult now for Delhi boys and Iftikhar Ahmed that they are just not finding it easy to even place the fielders. They have absolutely no idea where to place the fielders in the deep or which of the fielders to be standing inside the inner ring. Captain himself is standing at square leg inside. There is deep extra cover in place. Backward point is inside. Third man is back. Plenty of open spaces available on either side of the wicket. on the offside or on the leg side, so there is always a easy single on offer as soon as the ball has been pushed with soft hands. There are still 3 fielders inside. They need to have one more, and now they have asked that fielder at square leg to come up. And they've got one more option as far as their fast bowling reserves are concerned. They've got Ali Nasser as well, who can bowl at a decent pace. Not sure when they're going to be looking to introduce him, whether they will or they won't. Slightly slower, waited for that, gets it towards the deep extra cover. But who would have thought that Anas Fazal and Saroj will stitch up a partnership of 97 for the first wicket. They must have prepared and planned for someone like Shayan Mateen, who is to come in at number 3, but Anas Fazal has stolen the show up till now. He goes over extra cover. He's a very sweet timer of the ball. The boundaries have clearly dried up, but still they're getting those runs with ease. He has to run for it. Now, has he dragged his bat inside? I'm pretty sure the umpire will refer that upstairs. I think he was just getting a little tired. It was a wild throw. It was well wide of the stumps. Tala Shamsi was still able to gather it. He took the bails off. But we'll have to see whether Anas Fazal was able to drag his bat inside the crease or not. He had to throw towards the non-strikers and they were targeting Anas Fazal. Good gather. Stumps have been dislodged and I just get the feeling the bat was still in the air. He was smiling, he knew it. And that's why Anas Fazal was almost about to leave the field. A throw that was a little wide from the stumps. Anas Fazal still had to cover a lot of distance. He was halfway down the pitch when the ball had gone past him. Tala Shamsi moved swiftly, gathered the ball, and then he's still not taken his bat out. The stumps have been disturbed, the bat is still in the air, and Anas Fazal is well short. So first wicket has finally gone down. Anas Fazal, the man dismissed, courtesy of a brilliant run out from the wicketkeeper. They lose their first wicket now. Little darling by Zubaidas. They are 98 for 1. Shayan Mateen walks in at number 3 when half the job has already been done by his skipper. Anas Fazal scored a magnificent 68 before he was run out. Now they need a couple of quiet overs, Daily Boys. They can still make a comeback in this match if they keep on picking up those wickets, especially that one of Shayan and then of Anas Mustafiz, who will be coming in next or maybe at number 5. But what a flamboyant innings that was from Anas Fazal. No one would have expected him to come out all guns blazing, making full use of the first 4 overs and then of the batting power play as well. Slower delivery, well defended. Excellent stuff. This from Abdullah Jamal. Couple of runs and a wicket courtesy of a run out. After 9, Little Darling by Zubaidas. They'll still need 97 more to win. In fact, 98 more to win. They are 98 for 1. Well, they want some quiet overs, and that man can definitely deliver for Daily Boys. They need some support in the field as well now, the bowlers. We saw things turning significantly in the favour of the batting team in the first innings when Daily Boys were at 34 for 5 at one stage. They were still able to post 195. Things can still go their way if they keep on picking up those wickets. It's another big shot. This time it's Sarosh Ahmed who decides to open up his shoulders and he hits that one over long off. It's his first of the night. And that means 100 is up for Little Darling by Zubaidas. Shaking his head in disbelief, Ubaid Iqbal. He wasn't expecting Sarosh Ahmed to come that hard at him. It was pitched up. He was expecting the ball to turn into him. It went straight. And Sarosh Ahmed picking the balls out of that one, hitting it well over long off and getting his first maximum of the innings. He goes again, but that's gone up. Once again, it's not going to carry to any of those two fielders who are running in towards the ball. Iftikhar Ahmed from long on and Abdullah Sohail from long off. As Sarosh picks up a single. It's been that sort of night tonight for Little Darling by Zubaidas. A couple of chances have gone straight to the fielders. They haven't been taken. And then on a couple of occasions, Sarosh Ahmed has decided to go downtown, but the ball has fallen in no man's land. They need some luck to go in their favour, Little Darling. In fact, Daily Boys. Magic in the field, a wonderful run out or a brilliant catch to just uplift their mood a bit. Because even after picking up that wicket of Anas Fazal, they know that the job is still not done because Shayan Mateen has this knack of playing longer innings. He's going to pick up easy singles at the start and then will look for those boundaries as soon as he starts getting settled. He's already got a half century so far in this tournament, Shayan. 60 odd he scored in the previous match. Running the first one hard. Now the bowler is chasing the ball himself. They will look to come back for the second and they'll get there easily. That fielder from deep mid wicket should have charged towards the ball. Instead, he waited for the bowler to come himself. But by that time, it was a little too late. as the batters were able to come back for the second run they were after. Maybe it's time to make a change in the bowling attack from the other end. Maybe it's time for some leg spin from Isa bin Musa, who can be very handy. He bowls much slower through the air. He's a very different bowler as compared to Ubaid Iqbal. He looks to turn the ball. We saw the ball turning a lot from the other end yesterday when Humaid Waqas was bowling against Mektam Farmer. Oh, it's a powerful connection, and he hits this one over long on. Iftikhar Ahmed still asking the bowler, why are you pitching the ball up? It was in the slot, and for the second time in this over, Sarosh Ahmed has been able to clear the field easily. The previous one went over long off. It had the height and the distance. This time it was flatter, and he still gets the desired result. Not happy Iftikhar Ahmed. It's something that he cannot do himself. 10 overs are done. 115 for 1. Like Isa bin Musa with his leg spinners. Starts off with a shortish delivery, put away nicely towards mid-wicket. He's going to get his first boundary now, Shayan Mateen. Well, they needed 81 prior to this delivery. Now they need 77 of 59 balls with still 9 wickets in hand. Quality stroke, this from the quality batter. Not that short, but he picked up the length very early there. Got his front leg out of the way so that he could hit that one towards the leg side, and he got a boundary towards mid-wicket. Similar delivery. He's going to get a similar result. It wasn't far away from Usman Arshad at long gone, but he was able to time that one beautifully. The Shayan Mateen. He carries a very heavy bat, Shayan. The ball is going to curl away from the fielder at deep cover, but they will just pick up a single on that one. So it's good that the boundaries are coming from both ends for Little Darling by Zubaidas. We're going to witness a shuffle in the field since the left-hander is now on strike. Sarosh Ahmed. He's played a couple of very decent knocks so far in this tournament for Little Darling by Zubaidas while opening the innings. He scored 48 in the second match and a half century in the other. If they continue to bat in this manner, they won't even need 20 overs. They can finish the game within 16 or 17 overs. Little Darling by Zubaidas. They need some spark, Daily boys. Oh, now was he touching the boundary ropes, or was the ball making any contact with the boundary ropes? I don't think it was. The umpire is just confirming from the fielder at long on, in fact, who almost gifted another boundary to the left-hander. Well, he can bring his favorite stroke as well when he just looks to dab the ball towards third man. Now, was there an edge? The reaction there from the bowler suggests that there was some bat involved, but still, it wasn't gathered cleanly by the wicketkeeper. 10 runs coming in that over from Isa bin Musa, courtesy of the first couple of boundaries. After 11, little darlings were Zubaidas are still 125 for 1.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार।
In the favour of Delhi boys, they have switched to experienced Usman Arshad. And it was his second over where Anas Fazal started to open up his shoulders, and he didn't really stop until he was run out. He was able to hit a couple of sixes and a couple of boundaries against Usman Arshad, and that gave him a lot of confidence, and he continued that onslaught on the other bowlers of Delhi boys. It's an opportunity for Delhi boys to now get another wicket. Usman Arshad will be hoping that he can turn the ball away from the right-hander. At the same time, we can expect those dab strokes from Shayan Mateen. He gets a little tickle. He'll get a boundary towards fine leg. There is no way the fielder will be able to stop that one. Too straight, just slightly tickling it in the fine leg region. Ali Nasser was pretty square and he couldn't really stop the ball. Well, he's bowled much quicker through the air tonight, and that's why he has given away a lot of runs, Usman Arshad. Usually he's looking to flight the ball slightly when he's bowling with the new ball. Oh, have a look at that for a fielding effort. Can't really blame the bowlers when the fielders are not ready to stop the ball. Yup, it was timed well, but it was going straight towards Isa bin Musa, who just couldn't get down, and the ball just bursting through his hands and going between his legs. It's been that sort of a weather where you're going to witness a lot of catches being put down, but at the same time, you've got to make sure that you at least stop the flow of runs by preventing the boundaries. He dabs that one towards third man. The ball is running away. Iftikhar Ahmed is the one giving the chase, and he couldn't stop it. Or does he? I just get the feeling he did. Couple of runs saved by the skipper himself. Iftikhar Ahmed just coming back to his position at short third. Paddling it this time, but going straight towards Ali Nasser. Still getting 11 runs in that over from Usman Rashid. Risk-free cricket being played so far from Little Darling by Zubaidas, and still they're getting a lot of runs every over. It's 136 for 1 after 12. Into his second over now, Isa bin Musa. It's an opportunity not to be. Still gets it over mid-wicket, and with that 650 comes up for Sarosh Amir. Isa bin Musa just pitching that one up, fetching that one from outside the off stump by sitting down on one knee and getting it comfortably over that deep mid-wicket fielder. Well, they needed 60 of the last 8 overs prior to this delivery. The required run rate has gone even below 7 now for the batting team. Even a runner ball will do for the boys in orange from here on. Off the back foot. Another misfield. Seems like they have given up already, Daily boys. They haven't really been able to stop any of those strokes that have been middled by the batters up till now. Even if the ball has gone straight to them, we saw Isa bin Musa missing one in the previous over, and now Mudassir just overrunning it and not being able to recover. It's good that Little Darling by Zubaidas are chasing down the target tonight. If they would have batted first, who would know? I mean, they could have easily gone past 220, 230 because of the way the pitch is behaving and the way all three batters, top order batters, have batted so far. Talking about Anas Fazal, who scored 68. Sarosh Ahmed is still unbeaten on 59, and now even Shayan Mateen has shown his class in the brief stay up till now. Just dabbing it. Once again, some job to be done by Ali Nasser. I don't think he'll be able to cut that one off. It's a effortless stroke that brings up another 4 for Shayan Mateen, and 150 is raised for Little Darling by Zubaidas. The good thing about that stroke is that he just waited for the ball to come very close to him and just almost played it in front of the wicketkeeper's gloves. Well, the batters in this tournament have been aided by a very quick outfield here at DHA Sports Club. Now he gets it behind square. It's another opportunity for a boundary. He gets one. This is flawless batting, as if they have put on a cheat code with the bat in this run chase. The balls that have gone straight to the fielders have been missed. Apart from that, they have been able to place everything in the gap. No batter has been facing any difficulty whatsoever so far in this run chase. Now they are in a position where they just need 41 more to win. The required run rate has gone even below a run a ball. He gets it in the gap, does Shayan Mateen. That's going to be another boundary. Almost a carbon copy of what he attempted in the previous delivery. This time it was slightly finer. He got it in the gap between backward point and point as he got his third boundary in a row. This is a very expensive over. Comes to an end. 23 runs coming off it. A 6 from Sarosh Ahmed to begin and then 3 boundaries towards the end. Iftikhar Ahmed, well, he absolutely has no answer. After 13, they are 159 for 1. So when all other bowling options have failed, they have decided to bring in Ali Nasser. Well, if you compare the bowling figures of every other bowler of Daily Boys, Abdullah Jamal has bowled significantly well. He hasn't picked up a wicket, but he has been able to stop the flow of runs. But when you talk about defending a total, you need bowling partnerships as well. It can happen when a bowler is putting all the pressure by bowling dot deliveries from one end and the other bowler is reaping the rewards from the other by picking up wickets. But that hasn't really happened for Daily Boys. It was just one quiet over where Abdullah Jamal just gave away a couple of runs and they were able to get that wicket on a run out. But after that, it has been all about how well Shayan Mateen has been able to time the ball on either side of the wicket as he gets another boundary behind square on the offside. Well, when he's on strong, he's unstoppable, Shayan. Without showing any aggression, without showing any power, he can play shots all around the ground. Leg side, behind the wicket keeper, on the offside. There's a lot of shots that he can play. Have a look at that flick of the wrist. One bounce and into the fence. It's proving to be all too easy now for Little Darling by Zubaidas. They don't even need 20 overs. They're going to finish it off in 16, I guess. The previous one was well shot outside the off stump. This time he was targeting the pads with a fuller length delivery. And he was able to just flick that one over square leg with a lot of timing and placement. .28 is what they need. Make that 27. Well, in the block hole. It's gone up. Habib Shahid is running backwards, but the ball just goes over his shoulder. That will allow Shayan to pick up another couple of runs. It's not the first time we have witnessed Habib Shahid not having a decent night in the outfield. There was an instance in the very first match against Rajbi where he put down a couple of chances. He put down a couple of them today as well. Once again getting it behind square. He gets that one in the gap and he's going to get another boundary, does Shayan Mateen. It's becoming all too predictable now for Little Darling by Zubaidas. Every other over is turning out to be so expensive than the previous one. He has been able to get 3 boundaries in this over from Ali Nasser. And that has made things, an equation, even more simpler for Little Darling by Zubaidas, who just need 21 more runs to win with 9 wickets in hand and 6 overs left. Well, remember, both the teams have played 3 matches prior to this one. This is their 4th match in DSPL Season 7. They have won 2. They have lost their first one. If we talk about Daily Boys, it seems like they're going to go down and out in this contest as well. That means it's going to be the 3rd victory on the trot for Little Darling by Zubaidas, and they will be inching very closer to the knockout stage. They will still have a match remaining in this tournament that will be up against another team that has been in red-hot form. They're talking about Team Rajbi. And talking about Daily Boys, well, they will also have a match remaining that will be up against Alpha Labs, a slightly weaker opposition. Iftikhar Ahmed has decided to bowl himself. Hit hard, hit straight back past the bowler. Will get another boundary to Sarosh Amir. Long on and long off were both very wide, and neither of them could get closer to that stroke. Iftikhar Ahmed is not expressing, but you can just expect the anger that is burning inside him. He goes for the big hit, gets it towards the cow corner, in fact goes over the boundary ropes as Sarosh. 4 followed by a 6. Well, we were expecting them to finish the game in the 16 overs. The way he has begun, he might look to take on the opposition skipper. He's got 10 runs already. Now he gets it behind square on the leg side. It's a flat one. It goes over the boundary ropes. Who would have thought that Daily Boys, after posting 195, will find themselves in a position where Little Darling by Zubaidas are just 5 runs away, and they still have 5 overs left after this one. Well, it won't even come down to that point, I'm pretty sure. Sarosh Amir, 72 of 33. Anas scoring 68. Shayan on 46. Will he give the opportunity to Shayan to bring up his half century, or will he look to finish the things off with a big hit? He goes straight. He goes over, long gone. This is unbelievable stuff. He finishes the game off with a big hit. And Little Darling by Zubaidas have done the unthinkable. They have achieved a huge milestone. They have climbed the Everest tonight as they have chased down 196, winning this game by 9 wickets with 5.2 overs to spare. Well, you got to be out here at the stadium to witness this unbelievable milestone that Little Darling by Zubaidas have been able to achieve. No other side have been able to chase down that many runs so far in this tournament. Chasing has been difficult, but have a look at the way Sarosh Amir is coming off the field. Unbeaten 78. A brilliant knock by the left-handed opener. He was supported brilliantly by his captain Anas Fazal. And then Shayan Mateen, as classy as ever, scoring unbeaten 46 as well. Happy faces. And it all started with that man, Anas Tariq, who picked up a fifer in his 4 overs. That almost broke the backbone of Delhi boys, but they still fought their way back because of the brilliant half century from Farhan Taslim and Tala Shamsi. But a brilliant knock by all three batters of Little Darling by Zubaidas made this run chase very easy. Sarosh Amir scoring 78 of 34, 70 were scored by Anas Fazal of 33 deliveries, and Shayan staying unbeaten on 46 as well. Just three batters were required to chase down 196 tonight for the boys in orange. Well, as far as the bowling is concerned, well, it's a night everyone would love to forget. None for 22 for Farhan, none for 41 for Usman Saqib giving 18 in his solitary over. Ubaid Iqbal going wicketless for 34. Abdullah bowled well, just gave away 10 runs in his couple of overs. Isa bin Musa gave away runs at an economy rate of 16.5. And Ali Nasser giving away 16. Whereas Iftikhar Ahmed was hit for a couple of sixes and a couple of boundaries to make sure that Little Darling by Zubaidas were able to win this game comfortably by 9 wickets. 195 is what Delhi boys got. Farhan Taslim scoring 78, Talha scoring 51. Anas Tariq, the chief destroyer, picking up a fifer for just 15 in a spell of 4 overs. And Little Darling by Zubaidas, well, they just needed 14.5 overs to chase down the runs while losing just 1 wicket.
ये किलकारियाँ जब